The Vancouver Canucks trade Jared McCann, a 2016 second-round pick, which is pretty much a first-round pick because they got the 33rd overall selection because they had such a terrible year, and they add in a 2016 fourth-round pick in exchange for, yeah, just wait, Erik Goodbranson and a fifth-round pick. What the fuck, Vancouver? What are you doing? What just happened? As a Canucks fan, I'm furious right now. I'm absolutely furious. How can you make such a terrible move? You trade a player, Jared McCann, who's not even 20 years old yet. Not even 20. How do you give up on such a young, promising player? He's not even 20 years old. He's 19. He played 70 games last year. What 19-year-old plays that much? Yeah, maybe we rushed him a little bit, but I went to the majority of the Canucks home games this year. Some nights he looked out of place. Absolutely. He's 19. What do you expect? But some nights he looked really good. Some nights he was the best player on the ice. He's so fast. He makes things happen. He needs to get stronger, obviously. He's only 180 pounds, 6 feet tall. He had 9 goals and 9 assists for 18 points. He showed flashes of brilliance. Let's see how this trade went down in NHL 16B AGM mode. So as you can see, the trade value is completely in Florida's side. Like, Goodbranson has pretty much no trade value. McCann's got a lot, plus a second-round pick, which is pretty much a first-round pick. And obviously, no shit, I feel guilty saying yes to this deal, as I figure Florida is making out like gangbusters here compared to you. Yeah. No shit, what an awful trade. Now we're going to go to Florida's side, and we're going to go send that trade to Vancouver. Any GM in the NHL would say, absolutely not. No way, that's a terrible trade. But Jim Benning should be fired on the spot. Aquilini, fire that guy right now. What a joke. He's made some terrible trades, but this one definitely tops it off. How are you going to give up on a guy this early? He's got 70 games of NHL experience. He should start the year in the AHL. He should have a good year in the AHL. Maybe call him up if there's an injury. Call him up for 20 games. He is going to be a top 6 player in the NHL. He needs work, but he's 19 years old. I'm absolutely blown away that this trade even was proposed. This guy's a future top 2 centerman in the NHL. If not a first liner, definitely a bona fide second liner. With the Vancouver Canucks being so bad this year, Jared McCann probably could have used a year in the AHL. Maybe we rushed him, but it's nice for a young kid to get so much experience. Now on to Erik Goodbranson. Goodbranson's not terrible, don't get me wrong. He was a top 3 pick, 3rd overall in 2010. He's 6'5", 216. He's a big dude. Erik Goodbranson is making $3.5 million this year. But wait, this trade gets better. He's a UFA after this year. Oh joy, another defenseman that we have to sign. Or we lose him to free agency. For what? For what? Oh yay, we got a 5th round pick. We also gave up a first round pick and pretty much another first round pick with the 33rd overall selection. Absolute joke. There's no question who won this trade here. Florida, congratulations. You fleeced us, and props for doing that. Jim Benning is an idiot. Enjoy Jared McCann. He's a great young player, and he's going to do well for your organization. But you look at Goodbranson, has 43 points in 309 NHL games. Let me just repeat that. 43 points in 309 NHL games. Yep, 309. This is the first year he's ever been a plus player at a +3. He had a whopping 9 points last year. 9 points, that's it. 9 points. He's not a good defenseman. I've seen him play. He's average at best. He's a bottom 4 defenseman. He's a bottom 2 defenseman. But I'm absolutely blown away that this trade even happened. This could be potentially one of the worst trades in the past 5-10 years. And of course, it's a Vancouver Canuck, a young, promising centerman, something that we need. I'm just going to predict in a week you'll see Bo Horvat and a first round pick being traded for David Clarkson. It's an absolute joke. What an awful trade. Jared McCann was one of the big pieces that actually dealt Ryan Kesler to Anaheim. So the trade went as followed. It went from, obviously, the first round pick was turned out to be Jared McCann, Nick Bonino, Lucas Spiza, and a third round pick, which ended up to be Keegan Iverson in exchange for Ryan Kesler and a third round pick, which I don't know who this guy is. So pretty much for Ryan Kesler, one of the best two-way centers in the NHL. So we got Jared McCann, who is obviously now Eric Goodbranson. So we got Goodbranson, Nick Bonino, who is what? Brandon Sutter, and Lucas Spiza. 3 average at best players for Ryan Kesler, and we pretty much give up a whole nother first. What a joke. It's an absolute joke. What an awful trade. Jim Benning, you should be fired on the spot. Ridiculous.